It's a good drink.
Good.
Did you even take a drink?
Yeah.
A little movie star drink?
Baked it. All right. We're feeling a little better now? Hello. We've been living in this tiny van for the last couple of months, and we are about halfway through our 50 states road trip. So we wanted to give you an update on how everything is going. And I thought we could do this by looking at the fears that we initially had about van life and seeing if they've come true or not. So one fear that I had was the dreaded knock.
Mm-hmm.
And we have been very fortunate in that we have only received the dreaded knock one time. Every other time, it's been great. We've been staying at our harvest hosts or at paid campsites occasionally. And the one time we got a knock was actually when we were in our friend's apartment parking space. And the security guard was just very diligent and knew that that wasn't their car. It was different. So he came and knocked on our own window, and we were frightened and in our pajamas. And anyway, it ended up being fine. And we thanked him for looking out for our friend's apartment. Another fear we had, you had, was vermin.
Mm-hmm. We've, knock on wood, been very fortunate. Haven't had any vermin. I've seen them around at some of the campsites. There were little chipmunks and rodents running around, but they have not found their way into our van.
You remember the bugs?
The bugs, yeah. So it's the first couple experiences. We parked under a big bright light, and there were a bunch of bugs and mosquitoes and flies swarming around the light, and they got, I guess, attracted to our light in the van and found their way into this little hole we had in the seal of the trunk. So there were a good deal of flies, little flying insects, in the van one night, but we sealed that up very quick, and no more bugs in the van.
The next fear that I had before we started the road trip was the van breaking down.
Mm-hmm.
We have had our fair share of tire fiascos. I think this is about our third set of tires. We just went to some shops where we got ripped off, and they were putting the wrong tires on the car, so they would wear out within 300 miles. And finally, we got the properly rated tires on the van, and we haven't had any problems since then. But yeah, we had a couple sketchy moments there with the tires, rolling into a shop and then being like, yeah, this is about to blow. I can't believe you made it this far. So fortunately, we've been good since then.
Yeah, I mean, this van has been our trusty steed. It's got us so far, and it shows no sign of slowing down.
Oh, the overheating. There was an overheating situation. I don't know where Evan was, but I was alone in Colorado, and the van overheated a couple times, and I'm going through these windy mountain passes, and so it was just taxing on the engine, but used the old trick of just turning my heat on full blast until I could get somewhere and top off the coolant, and we were fine after that. So yeah, aside from those two things, the overheating and the tires, the van has been nice and reliable.
Another fear we had was that this van trip was going to make us hate each other. And I don't think we hate each other. What do you think, Joey?
I also don't think we hate each other.
Okay, so we're good. No, I mean, it was a pretty big concern of ours that it's really tight, it's cramped, it's
he's always in my
difficult.
way.
There's not much space to do things. Everywhere I put something, it's where Joey needs to put something. So yeah, I mean, it's been tough, it's been hard, but we figured it out, and we got our little systems, we got our communication down really well. So we don't hate each other, at least not yet.
That's true. And Evan has said this before too, that we basically, if we are bickering with each other, we have the option to just sit and be mad for 300 miles, or we can figure it out and then be fine afterwards. So that's been good. Also, our little curtain setup is pretty great, because at the end of the night, we can have our own little separate space. Usually Evan's up there and he'll play his video game, and I put the curtain up and I'm back here, and I fix up the bed and lay and chill and scroll for a little bit. And so it's been nice to have a little bit of separation. And you tend to like to be outside more. I'm cozy in here, I like this, but you'll go put up a hammock or sit at a picnic table or something, and that gives us some separation during the day too.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that covers the bulk of our fears from the beginning. There are a couple major changes that we made that have made the van living experience way more pleasant. The first one has to do with the bed. Early on, I was really just fixated on like making this a normal bed you would have in your house. So we would pull everything out and lay the cushions down and then do a fitted sheet, a top sheet, and a blanket and a pillowcase. And doing that in really, I have about a 12 by 14 space to stand in and have to reach the entire bed from that space. And this is all the head clearance I have. So doing all that got pretty annoying, and I don't know why I did it for so long. But as of late, we have switched to just sleeping on the cushions, and there are cushion covers on these, you know? So we just sleep on that and wash this when we would wash our sheets and put a blanket on top of us. And it's been so much better. The bed routine, when I pull out the bed at night, is way faster, and then it makes it easier on Evan in the morning. So that was a positive change that I wish I made way sooner.
There's a couple things about the van that we thought we needed and ended up not using that much. So the sink itself, I mean, it's a really nifty design and it's great, but we aren't like setting up the whole sink and brushing our teeth and washing our hands every night on a daily basis. We'll do that out of the van because it's easier. So we have the water jugs, we have the sink, we have the plumbing system, which is great to have. If we get into a pinch, we use it and it's great. But it's not a daily use item like we thought it would be. Also, the stove. We had a little camping stove, and it was nice for when we were at a campsite. We pop out the little camp stove and cook something. But there was actually a recall on that item, so we had to return it so it didn't explode and kill us all. So we got rid of that, and that's kind of leaving a couple things obsolete. Like we have a big pot that now we don't have a stove for, and we have some like cans of soup that we don't really have a reasonable way to reheat. So, and we weren't using it much anyway. So again, they're good to have in a pinch. If for some reason we run out of power and we can't air fry something, it's good to have a stove that we can pop up, put some propane on, and make a nice hot meal. But things that we thought we needed, but ended up not using that much.
Yeah, that's true. And speaking of cooking stuff, we've had the air fryer since day one, but the new tea kettle is incredible to be able to not have to pull out the whole stove and boil water and be in a public space where we can do that and not be in somebody's driveway. Just having the electric tea kettle, it doesn't draw much power, and then we can make macaroni, oatmeal, mashed potatoes in their little containers. So that's been a fantastic change.
Coffee, ramen.
Oh yeah.
I mean, yeah. That was a game changer, the little small tea kettle.
For sure. And it's like with each small change we make, like being able to cook more efficiently and doing the bed more efficiently, like turns out if you can just like sleep well and feed yourself, van life is not so bad. So yeah, like I said, this is our midway point, and if you have questions, leave them in the comments and we will update you again toward the end of our trip.